we didn't have no money, and you know, we was eating from hand to mouth. But the kids nowadays, they're not living like that. They're getting everything. So I just don't understand why you would be wanting to live alone, man. I just don't understand it. It's because it's not good out there. And all these man you think is your friend, they're your friend today, and tomorrow they'll tell somebody like me, yeah man, he's got this, you know, because, yeah, and then I'm tearing you down. You get me? You know, you don't want to live that life, man. Because somebody like me is eventually going to come for you. If you're selling food, yeah, somebody like me is coming for you eventually. Yeah, definitely. And if you're not one of them trigger happy niggas, you best come out of the game, man. Yeah, you best come out of the game. Because it's not, the street life's not, if it's not for you, it's not for you, man. You can get all the reputation, all the girls, all this. You can get that by doing the 9 to 5. I've seen man do it. Because I've got man who's doing 9 to 5, living deep in life. When they go out with me. And they live it, all the gangster life, they live it with me, and then they go back and go work. You can do it, man. You know what I mean? The street's just not the way, man.
Slim, tall, dark-skinned man, bobbing down Wandsworth Road with swagger, style, and verve. Mean face, screw face, long chain, gold, swinging side to side as he moves down Wandsworth Road with elegance, but on top of the elegance, a real bad boy image. Hold on a minute, who's that walking down our Wandsworth Road like he's some bad man? Hold on, what's going on there? Let's go and talk to him a minute. Mistake. Some man run across the road and say, yo, where you going, bruv? Where you going around here? Surrounded by some man from Wandsworth Road. And like, what? Where you going, bruv? Mine would take your chain, you know. No, you can't take it. Don't take my chain. No, you can't do that, bruv. Boom. All right, cool then. Anyway, enough respect, yeah? Boom. Just cool and cool. Yeah, cool. Boom. You see later on, Sprang, Bailey, some man in from Summerlate and all that coming down Wandsworth Road in a black taxi looking for man and said, yeah. So we sent a message, say, yeah, meet us, 7 o'clock, Wandsworth Road. Boom. Was hiding round our corners where we usually hide and have our lick. The man them really came in a black taxi. We're like, huh? Ain't they heard about us? Man them really came. But anyway, that was squashed then. That was then. And then as time going on, myself personally, I watched Peter grow and I said, wow, this youth has gone from bad to worse. Peter Bailey done this. Peter Bailey done that. Peter Bailey. But guess what? Every time he saw certain man them that he knew and grew with, it was total respect. So it's total respect back to Peter. You understand that? So you see later on now, when a man said to me, 30 years later, from the Peter Bailey era, 30 years later, a man says, Asher, can't you give Peter Bailey a little job thing, because, you know, he's really good and he's changing and he's doing his thing. So I linked up with Peter, and straight away the personality that I knew back before hit me straight away. What a personality, excellent personality. I'm like, he doesn't have a bad man personality, he's got a natural personality that anyone can get along with. Boom. I said, look, come and work outside Code 7 with me, because, you know, we have some hardcore youths coming there and, you know, there and rare. Just come and work at the charity with me at the door. We won't let you in because of your past, but you can stand outside for us. Anyway, Peter said, yeah, he'll do that, and he stood outside for us for a few times, and the youth started bantering with him. But one of the things that Peter caused was youths to come and say, oh yeah, Peter's here, and they'll go away, and then they'll come back, meaning they had to put down their things. So, you know, the respect and the banter was going on, and it was growing, and it was a nice banter. Peter's got a youth from the community. The young people started calling him the elder to that youth. Straight away they recognised who he was. So it was a beauty, and I enjoyed that time Peter worked with us. And my objective is to raise significant resources that people like Peter and others from my community that have that knack and that know-how and that expertise to deal with what really needs to deal with in our community in a formal, legitimate, legal manner, I would definitely invest it in people like that and bring them back into a circle, into a new theme that we're creating called We Love Our Youths. I'm going to say it again. We love our youths. I saw Peter work outside Code 7 30 years later for him to be one of the most cool names in the community in badness, to him loving youths and youths loving him. So we love our youths. Big up.
I never said to anybody, yeah, I'm this or that. This is my life played out like this. That's just the way I was. If I wanted something, I saw it, I went for it. Plain and simple.
How is Peter Bailey still alive after all what he's gone through and all what he's done to people?
How? Because I'm just Peter Bailey, man. That's how. I'm here.
Yeah, I hear that. So I'm going to give you something on that. I reckon the reason you're still here is because you're supposed to help the youths with your message. I reckon that somebody who's been through it, like you, is the top man to be able to show the youths, listen, know yourself and know what the roads are. What do you think to that?
Yeah, I love you right there. Yeah. I hope I can. I hope I can, you know.
We want to know about the young Peter Bailey. Like, what was you like as a kid? What was you seeing growing up out here?
I was rough as a kid, man. Rough. Didn't have much money. Growing up down Vauxhall, Lambeth Walk, a lot of white boys down there. It was all very mixed, but a lot of National Front when I was growing up. So yeah, we did have it hard. We didn't have but we survived. Yeah, and that's where I was born and raised, Lambeth Walk. Yeah.
So what was you seeing that made you turn to the roads?
Money. There weren't a lot of money, especially in my corner. There weren't a lot, and we struggled for everything, and we fought for everything. So that was my motivation, money.
Let's get back onto your character. I want to know, what do you feel about the fact that the roads know you as a legend? What do you feel about that? Everybody I've spoke to, Peter Bailey's a legend.
What can I say about that? It wasn't something I wanted, or it's just that's how it is. And if they say that, I'm flattered. I ain't gonna lie, but boy, that's just the way I was, man.
It was all about a pound note. I've done a milk round, I've done ice cream van, I've done paper round. I was always in it to make some money, to get the things that I see kids at school had, and I didn't have, and I couldn't afford. So, I had to do a lot of that, and a lot of you lot know that you used to buy trainers and have to hide them outside and wear them the next day. You hit me before your mum see. So that's exactly what I done, man. And it even got harder still. Before even them times, before I even knew how to feed for a few quid, I used to get football boots from my school. The plastic ones, the plastic studs, and I used to cut them off and put them on and wear the boots as trainers. Yeah, I was going through all that, man. I was a survivor. That's how I was, a survivor.
DARDEST TV in association with Block 5 Entertainment, and I'm out here for the roads. I'm here with the infamous Peter Bailey, a man whose character was known to be like the Drape Up Rockies of the world and the Debos from the fictional character in Friday. We all know what it was like. Come round the block, that chain's getting tucked and you keep it moving. Anyway, we're here for the truth, and we're hoping this gentleman here's got the truth for us. What's good over there, big man?
Yeah, man, I'm here, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So like I tell you, we're looking for the truth. Is that what you're going to give us here today?
Yeah, man, if that's what you want.
Let's start right at the top. People are saying Peter Bailey was a bully. What do you say to that? Were you a bully out here?
It depends. It depends what you differentiate bullying. You know? Yeah, if I saw someone win it, yeah, I would go and try and take it or take it. Yeah, if that's bullying, then boy, that's how I was, man. But you know, if I saw something I wanted it, I went for it, man.
Let's talk about the fact that a lot of people out here think they're bad because they might have had one gun in their hand, one knife in their hand. But tell us what it's like when you have contracts on your life. You have people flying over from yard to kill you.
Yeah.
Tell us what that's like. Tell the youths what it's like to be a real bad man, where people want you dead.
Yeah. It's not good, man. And after the time, you don't realise how I don't know. Sometimes I feel you don't realise how powerful you are until certain people do come for you. That's what I mean. That's the only way I can put it. You get me? Yeah, and they import them from Jamaica to come over and kill me. Yeah, so...
What does that do to your mental? What does
it
do to you?
It makes you think, fucking hell. It really makes you sit down and wonder, you know, worse, you ain't even got the money to be that. You ain't even got the money to be that wanted, you get me? Where they're really spending money to get you killed, you get me? So yeah, it's kind of frightening, man. But then again, it boosts me up myself. Okay, so yeah, then yeah, it's best I collect my stuff and then I want to go on like I'm Mad Max, you get me? So there's two sides of that sometimes, you get me? Can be scared, but then again, you can relish on it, man. Yeah.
We want to know, who was you looking up to as a young boy and saying, you know what, that's someone who's bad?
If it was talking about down where I grew up, Lambeth Walk, Vauxhall, that was the Mullins, a white family. There was about 13 of them. They are class as bad. I didn't look up to them, but I just knew them as they were a bad family and they had bad people in the family. Yeah.
Okay, so as your journey was going along, who were the first people you started to connect with and started rolling around with?
Well, my first people I connected was a guy called Ian Peters. He lived in Vauxhall, Lambeth Walk, and his dad owned a venture playground in Vauxhall, Lullard Street, called Freddie Notes. He was a musician. And I started to hang around with his son, Ian Peters, and that's when we started to get into little, you know, make money and things like that. He was my first.
This is a question of somebody who knew you personally. They said to ask you if you thought you was people's dad, because you was running around out here like you could tell everyone what they could do, like you was their father. What do you say to that?
I don't remember nothing like that. Nah. Nah.
So that's just something that we shouldn't even be thinking of.
Yeah, not really. Nah, man, no. I'll be the last one. I weren't even a fantastic dad to my own kids, let alone me to be somebody else's dad, you get me?
Yeah.
But yeah, nah.
Alright, let's get on to the thing of me running around asking people about what they want me to ask Peter Bailey. Because remember, these interviews are based on what people want to know about you. Now I want to ask you, how do you feel to the fact that not one person had a good question that they wanted to ask you? Everything was regards nastiness and the roads.
Right.
What do you feel when you see that, hear that?
Yeah, I think, God damn. I said, yeah, really? But I suppose a lot of those people want to ask me all these bad things don't know me. Don't know me, man. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? They just know one side of me. Remember, there's two sides of a coin.
There used to be the stories that when there was dances, people used to go to the dances, all the robbers, and they used to rob everyone in the dances. And then boom bam, in comes Peter Bailey with a bag. And Peter Bailey lines everyone up at the end of the dance and takes all the robbers' stuff off them.
Yeah.
What are you saying on that? Was that official?
Yeah, official. Yeah. I used to do that regular. That was my thing. Because as I said, when I was robbing, a lot of the time, you're not getting maximum, I wanted maximum. So, you know what I mean? I know that I was a lot powerful than certain other people who's out there making a lot more money than me. So I would just deal with them. Yeah, I've done it, I've done that a few times, man. Yeah. Even in Gold Shop on Bricks on Carver Lane. I used to wait outside there, wait till they go out and rob, and grab chains and 22s, then they come in there, put it on the tray, take it off the tray, yeah, that's mine. That's the work for the day done. Yeah, that's how it was, man. Yeah.
Let's get on to another story we've had out here that was told to me that I must ask you on. Because obviously they need to know, listen, everything ain't up. There's always downs if you live in this road life.
Yep, it sure is.
So the word on road is that one time you got caught up on two brothers.
Yeah.
One of them must have been arguing with you, must have got you in a headlock. His brother come rushing in, must have thumped you up. This time here, you jumped out the window to escape him. What's the real on that? Did that go down like that?
Yeah, something like that went down. Yeah, two brothers. Yeah, to try and jump me. In the house. Yeah, but their heart weren't in it. And I can tell, you know, when somebody's heart's not in it. Yeah, because apparently they tried to do exactly what I done a few weeks later to some people, and one of the brothers were there when I was doing it. So when he tried to deal with me and with his brother, I was a little bit flabbergasted. I said, but what? Yeah, but they didn't have that heart, you get me? And yeah, at the end I said, shut up, before I go in, I just jumped out the window, man. And that was it. But as you said, there's always ups and downs in this game, man, and I can come away smiling.
Yeah. There's a lot of other people out here that are official. Who did you look to and say, you know what, I don't want nothing with him? Was there anyone you said, nah, he's a problem, I ain't trying nothing with him?
Yeah, it was usually the men in my own crew. Yeah, anybody out of my crew, just my own crew.
Tell us the original team, the original people that walked with Bailey.
Original team, Buff.
Basically, we heard it like this. You was obviously real good friends with Buff.
Yeah.
That's your brother.
Yeah.
So now Buff must have gone to one, I'm not 100%, but I was hearing it was a pub. He went to a pub, and when he went to the pub, there was another bad man from another ends at the pub. He must have told Buff to hold his drink. Buff weren't playing that game. So he was like, what? Who are you talking to? My man said, listen, easy, just hold my drink. Buff threw the drink on the floor. Anyway, they got into a madness. Couple man was about that was official with Buff, that should have had his back. But the man tried to draw out the ting on Buff and run him down the street. Now Buff obviously tried to do his thing, but the man must have put him in hospital. So you heard about this the next day.
Yeah.
You put the word out that everybody who was at that pub is getting it.
Getting it, because he shouldn't have been there, and you lot with him, and you make him come out with that, and the band not even stab up yet. Yeah.
But there was more to that story.
There was
the
more
word
to
is
that.
that you went down to a block of flats and you was looking for one of the man that was at the situation. Now when you went down there, the man who was there wouldn't come out his house. So you was looking to draw his car, because you was known for keeping them cars. But what happened was he must have took something out of the car so you couldn't move it. This time here, listen, I know my stuff. So this time here, you're trying to get the car. Some woman's flown out of one of the houses. She's giving you a whole load of verbal. You ain't on no talking. You're supposed to give her one lick in her face, and she was laid out with what I'm hearing, both her eyes were black, like she was laid out. So as this has happened now, 4 or 5 dreads have flown out of the house, jumped you. Now this is where the story gets interesting. Someone told me that they was officially there. And they said that you done some incredible old shit. You must have done one mad move that made everyone go flying. Just as you done that move, your brethren flew around the estate in his car, you jumped in it, kept it moving, and then one of the dreads must have thrown a bottle that went right through the estate and licked the back of the car window. Yeah. Obviously, we don't know what happened, and that's for you to tell us after. What was the truth in that?
Yeah, everything you said there, I'm surprised. Everything you said there was spot on. Yeah, and because I was known for fighting. Because that's the thing I done. That I was known for my fist before I was even bad, to say that. Because I like fight, and I'm a man who would, if there's 3 of you, I would go and fight 3 of you. If it's you I'm coming through and you got 3 men beside you, then I'll fight all of you. And that's how I was. And and I remember that. Yeah, I remember that day. And after that, we caught one of the dreads on Stockwell Park Estate. Me and little Andy and Austin, and I trim him, cut his dread and cut them off. Yeah, 2 dreads have done that too long. Yeah, and people would condemn me. No, man, you shouldn't cut him dread. And I said, you know, we're in a war zone. You know? Sometimes you got to do things to make a man know that, this is what's happening. You fuck with us, and we're dealing with you horrible, man.
Vivian, Philip Cummins, Go-Go, Dylan Dawes, Robert. Yeah, there's a few of us, man. Mikey Sprang, Austin, Little Andy. Yeah, those are the main characters, that I was walking with,
So tell us how you met all of them. How did you connect with them?
When I come Brixton when I was 18. I just left school. My mum moved up to Brixton Belfield Road, right opposite their academy, which they call the O2 now, I think. Yeah, moved up there when I was 18. Obviously, the area was... I used to come up here before once in a while when I was living down Vauxhall. But when I moved up here, I started to hang around there a lot more frequent. Then I went to a place called Stassie's. And that's where all the local little bad little boys were, you know, the ones who's out there thieving and robbing, that's where they all congregate. So I end up congregating in there with them.
Yeah. So when you first met up with these characters, like obviously they're known as people through history that were real.
Yeah, a lot of them had older brothers who were bad boys on the front line, the place where they called fun. But
What was your first intake when you met everyone? Like, how did you feel when you was round them?
I felt alright. I felt wanted. You know what I mean? I felt one of them. It was family. Cause remember, we used to go statistics from 9 o'clock in the morning and wouldn't come home till 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. So we used to eat, drink, and play in there. That was our den sort of thing. Yeah. So we got on. We had to get on. We had to get on.
Okay, let's get on to Half a Penny's brother, One a Penny.
Yeah.
What was your connection with him? Because out here, a lot of people know you used to move with Half a Penny.
Half a Penny had a connection. I thought he was cool, he was alright. And he had a lot of similarities to me. And certain people even said he would try to walk like me. But, you know, he was cool. Half a Penny, he was alright, man. Yeah.
So how did you feel, obviously, when he passed away? What effect did that have on you now and he was your friend?
It didn't really have much effect on me because at the time I wasn't really going around with Half a Penny. You know, with the last little business we had was we got a few ounces from somewhere of heroin from someone, about 6-7 ounces, and we got nicked before we could even do anything with that. We got nicked spending about 3 months in prison. Then we got a not guilty. Then we come out, I give him 3 ounces and I took 4 ounces. And from that we never really had much dealing with each other because he was on something different than what I was on. Yeah. So, and in the end I just heard that he must have had a disagreement with somebody and the geezer stabbed him. Yeah. Killed him. Yeah. And he got no guilty.
Really madness.
Yeah, but you know, I see it. I don't know. He's my brethren, I love him to the bone still, but you know, sometimes it's not everybody you can want to rough up and take liberties with, you know what I mean? Yeah. Apparently I heard that he's the first time he ever got in trouble with something like that. And he gave him 1 stab. That was appropriate, that stab 1. It's not like you stab him like 1 time to get away. not guilty, so it's a system, isn't it?
But certain people are now telling me that you started it with one a penny. What's the truth
No,
in that?
I started it with Dylan Dawes. Dylan Dawes is one of the eldest brothers of the Pennies, and I went around with Dylan Dawes. Dylan Dawes, remember, I'm a man who went around with everybody. I've been all eras and gone out around with all gangs.
Yeah.
Back in that time, and I just knew his brother one a penny. I knew him, but I took to half a penny because me and him was much alike, although he was one of the youngest brothers. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you know yourself, there's a lot of stories out here about Bailey. Now you're here to tell us what ones are true, what ones are fiction.
I also tell people, if you want to know something about me, come out to me. I will tell you how it is.
One of the stories is that your friend Buff turned on you at one time.
No, never.
And he was supposed to have stabbed you up.
No, never.
Did this ever happen?
No, never.
So that's another story.
Yeah,
that people
you're getting
need to
that
allow.
from me.
Yeah.
Never.
Talk is that back in the day, if you had a nice car, you didn't want to be pulling up on the street that Bailey was walking down. Word is that you used to take people's cars, and if they was lucky, they got them back in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Actually, someone told me a story that he bought a car off of someone. He was driving down the road in it. All of a sudden, someone come running up to him, saying, "Hold on, what you doing? That's my car. Bailey took that off me a week ago." He said, "Well, hold on. I've just bought this off of some woman." This time here, my man didn't even sell his car.
No. What, yeah, I've done a few of them as well, man. Yeah, I've sold, I've gone with the power to sell his car. And he sold his car, and I've gone back and said, "No, he weren't meant to sell it," and I've took it back. Yeah, I've done a few of them, yeah, man. I've done a few of them.
What made you get into that? What made you start thinking to just take cars off people?
Yeah, because a lot of them, at the time, some of these people, they're forking out this kind of money, say, "Yeah, it's 3-4 grand." I'm thinking, look, the thing, I can have that without no work. It was a bit more, you get me, and it was easy. Because once I took the car back, there it's me, they're calling my name. So, yeah, it was easy money. It was all about money for me back then, man. That's money, man. Like, I spent hard, I played hard, so I needed to have money, you get me? Yeah.
So you give us, what is your connection now with the original team? Who do you still see?
I still see Buff once in a while. I see Go. I see a few people. Carl, Bumpy's Carl. He's an ex-friend who I knew from back in the days, who was one of us. Late comer, but he was one of us nevertheless. But yeah, I see 1 and 2 funerals, especially when there's a funeral, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do see 1 and 2 of them once in a while.
Okay, well out here, I've been told that you and the team all started as petty thieves.
Yeah.
What's the truth on that?
Yeah, we all started as petty thieves. We used
Yeah.
to, the first thing I can remember us stealing, when I come Brixton, cause I was stealing before I even come Brixton. But first we used to keep cassette tapes and sell them to the soundmen. So that was a source of income back in them days. Then we sort of stepped up to popping chains at carnivals and big events, you know.
Yeah.
And popping chains was that too. Everybody started to do other things, you know. Somebody, burglary is your profession. Robbing was my profession, you get me? So everybody went there each way. And to everybody, you know, it dies out after a while, innit? And then 1 or 2 of us get jobs and all that. But there's still a few of us still on the road.
Yeah. So from when the petty thieving started, when did you decide to go up from that? Like, when was it took you that you wanted more?
When, yeah, because the tapes were, you're talking about a few quid, £15 at the most you could make. No, somewhere 50 quid you could make maximum for the day. Then I think it was one time somebody took a chain from somebody or something happened. Then the chain, you bought the chain to the shop, was a lot more money, so everybody was on that. And it weren't just any gold, it was certain golds in particular, like 22, 18, which was all day on Chinese or Indian. So yeah, that was our game then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let us know, when did you step up to where you started having the leather jacket with a shotty under it?
Yeah.
The real era of Peter Bailey.
Yeah. I got that from Mad Max, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got that from Mad Max because you could hide it like a big shotty like that. I don't want it the biggest. Yeah, because half of the time I didn't want too much trouble. So I got the biggest shotgun, you know, everything's calm, you get me? But yeah, I used to tie that round over my shoulder and hit drug gates. Yeah.
So let's get into the other thing that Bailey was well known for, the arm around the shoulder. The comforting arm around the shoulder, but the next thing you know, you got no money in your pocket and no chain round your neck.
Yeah.
And you might be in one of the corner streets.
Yeah, just secured. Yeah, secured. Yeah, that was one of my moves, man. It was always quite. I always wanted to do things nice and quiet back in the days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was also good.
People are saying that the reason you done a lot of what you was doing is because you was on food. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I would say a lot of that could be right. But when I was on food, I was a lot calmer. So, you know, I wouldn't say that, man, now, because, you know, as I said, I wasn't silly, man. I knew how to do my shit. I know if the food's going to make me bang out and I do all my business first and food later on. And like, that's how it was, you get me? Yeah, that's how I've done it, man. Yeah,
okay.
But, yeah.
So certain people will say to this day still that they believe Bailey is still on the food. What do you say to that?
I think you come and catch me and see me smoking food, then you can say I'm smoking food. That's what I was saying to that.
Okay, that's a good answer. Also, people are saying that the food made you go to rehab. Is that true? Was you in rehab?
No, I was in rehab once, and it wasn't food that made me go rehab neither. It was the girl I was in love with made me go rehab.
Yeah?
Yeah, one girl was with beautiful girl, beautiful from Broccoli. Yeah, I went with her, and I was still doing a little dabbling here and there, and she found out and she gave me an ultimatum. And so to save the relationship, I said I'd go rehab. But rehab weren't doing nothing to me. I could go and sit down there and sit there in rehab because I wasn't smoking like that. As time went on, I had a wine bar I was running when I went rehab. So, you know, it weren't nothing. So I went there, sit down for 2 weeks, and relationship was fine again, and that was it.
There's talk that one time you walked someone all the way up Cold Harbour Lane, naked, and made them do a dance at the end of it. What's the truth on that? Did this occur?
Yeah, one guy was messing with my baby mother and she was a bit upset. And her being upset affected our relationship. So, you know, one day I said, I'm going to get this guy, then you just take it out on him or cuss him if you want to. And she said, yeah, she never believed me. And one day, knock on the door, who was out there, I brought him out there. I said, here's the guy. And she didn't want to do anything, you know, I understand that. So I took him out, stripped him to his boxer shorts and shoes and walked him down Carver Lane. Just sort of teach him a lesson, you know. Then after that, I decided to take him to Red Hot Dance, brought him to the dance. At that time I used to carry a 4-4. I used to carry it all the time actually. And so I took out my 4-4 and I said, yeah, take off your shorts. You strip him naked and send him on his way. I regret it though, but that's how it was back then, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's ask you a question now. How do you feel now about the mental scars that you've left on your victims?
Yeah.
And not even just them, the mental scars you've left on people that thought they might be a victim when they saw you.
Yeah, well, what can I say? What's done's done, innit? But what can I say? What's done's done. if I could remember who I dealt with and touched, obviously I suppose I would apologise, but
Yes. So let me ask you another question. How do you feel about the fact that up to this day there's people that's going to see you, they're going to smile, they're going to joke, but they don't really like you? How do you feel about that sort of thing where people are just fake to your face and then they want to talk behind your back?
yeah, I don't care, man. I've been having it for years, man. That goes over my shoulder, man. Yeah. At least they're still thinking about me, innit? At least they're still chatting about me. Yeah.
Alright, let me ask you another question that goes back to the character that you was, because you've put a big impact on these streets through the years. A lot of people still remember your name, and if you think about it, there's a lot of people that's been out on these roads and people's forgot who they are. So I'm going to ask you, what do you feel about the fact that there could be people sitting in a jail cell or laying in a grave for the fact that they tried to come out on these roads and be Peter Bailey, but they wasn't built like you?
No, man. No, if they're in their grave, they're meant to be there, man. Yeah, because the road, people think the road's easy. It's not, man. You think you can buy some weed and jump on the corner and juggle. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that, man. And you know, these times are different anyway, man. Because me personally, I'll tell you the truth. If I was in these times, I would most probably be in jail doing life sentence, or somebody would have killed me, and I wouldn't have reached 20.
Yeah.
In these times right now. Yeah, man.
I hear that. So what I want to ask you as well, like when you sit down and you're on your own and you think about your life, what sort of things that come through your mind? Like what do you think about when you think about all back then and how it went down?
You know, I think about, to be quite honest, I think about I'm here today, I'm alive today, and so I try not to think about all that. I'm just thinking about here and now. I'm 50 years old and I'm alive. Yeah, so, you know.
But you know, sometimes things just come in your mind, you can't help it.
Yeah, but I just got to fight that, man. I got to fight them demons, man. Yeah, that's how I've played it all my life. You just got to fight it. Obviously it's going to come back, but that's how it is, man.
So let me ask you though, is Peter Bailey no longer on the road?
No, I'm not on the road. No.
So what if I was to tell you that people keep giving me war stories? Latest war story was that you robbed some shop not even, what, a month ago? What's the real on that?
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, so it's just people shouting out silliness.
Yeah, no. If you're saying I was trying to rob a bank now, then that's believable. But I ain't robbing no shop, man.
Yeah.
No.
So it's just people
And there's
trying to fuck dirt on your name.
there's more money in somebody's house than in the shop, I can tell you, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, no. But anyway.
So let me ask you, what made Bailey come off of the road? What was it you saw that made you say, you know what, enough's enough?
World's getting too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are getting too hard, man. Getting too hard. And yeah, it's just getting, it weren't the same. It's worse, I was used to go in and out of prison, never done really no good. But, you know, every time you come out, you know, it gets a little bit harder and it gets a little bit harder. To in the end you think, fuck it. You get me? The way I dealt with my character and the way I got about doing stuff, you know, the way I got through, I can do that in a positive way and go work. And I've done that, and I've been working at wine bar for 10 years. Yeah, that's what made me stop, man. It was just too hard on the road.
Yeah.
Money weren't getting made so easy again.
We're going to go on to the fact of the things that can happen to you being a roadman. Because everything ain't sweet.
No.
Certain people think you're the bad man, but no one don't touch you.
No.
So people are saying that they want to know about the scars on your face. People are saying that they were done by Jimmy Bish, or they was done when you were sitting in prison. What's the truth regards that?
The true story of that is that I had a tussle with a guy in jail, and we got into an altercation. I won't say no names, but we got in an altercation, and
really, it was somebody I kind of looked up to, but I think I got a little bit too big for my boots. It's best I say that. I got a little bit big too for my boots, and you know, I think it was a learning curve for me as well. That's why I'm still here today.
Okay, we'll leave that there. But we want to know, what was your relationship like with Jimmy Bish? Because when you was about, he was about.
Yeah, I mean, me and him had a good relationship. Me and him, we had a good relationship. I think that, I think he saw something with me. I think he saw something with me that he liked, and I saw something in him that I liked. And I think that was that we didn't really give a bollocks who it was or who it was we was gonna deal with. We would deal with it because there's a lot of. There was one fix, and one time I was terrorising some snooker place up in Wandsworth Road, and I used to go there and like rough them up and get a few quid and that. And one time they called Jimmy to come and deal with the situation, and I saw him down in Brixton, and he said, "Yeah, you guys up there." I was like, "Yeah, my people there, man. That's my place. I'm taking my man there." Anyway, they give me a contract. They give me a contract for you. And this, yeah. And he said, "Yeah, but here what now? Here's £100. I knew he got enough more money, but I was happy just to get £100. Him to say, yeah, just go missing for a couple of days." I said, "Yeah, all right then." I didn't go missing. I just went with mine and. So our relationship was like that, you know what I mean? We could talk and, you know, and I think he recognised the skills, you know? And that's all I can say on that, really. Yeah, but and up to this day, I still look up to him.
Let's clean up another one of these war stories that we've got out here. Tell us, what was your whole connection with Duffus, rest in peace? Obviously you was an older G, he was a younger G. What was your old connection with him on the road?
My connection with Duffus really was with his sister, Kanye's sister, Marcia. Yeah, and she used to be like one of us, one of the gangster moles, if you were, you get me? And she was amongst us, and that's the only connection I had with the Duffuses. And yeah, before he died. And at one time I was in Steppers, a club which was on Carver Lane, and he must have asked one guy, "Where's Peter Bailey? Who's Peter Bailey?" And some girl must have pointed to me, and he must have said to her, "Oh, you don't look bad." That's the only thing I know and ever heard about with him. Yeah. Until he died, and me and his brother get on quite well. Yeah. Paul Duffus. Yeah, a good friend of mine.
So if I was to tell you that out here on the roads there's a war story that you and him had a one-to-one, and this is coming from about, I'll tell you with no lies, about 17 people's told me that I need to ask you about the fight you and him had.
No, never happened. Never.
Now this
never
just
happened.
shows how do people even make these things up?
I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine, man. Yeah, I don't know.
No, one time when I was going through my life, when I was getting into problems, because I've had them import Jamaicans from Jamaica to come and do me things over and wipe me out. But at no time I thought did I sit down and thought, yeah, this has made me go, right. Nah, for a couple of weeks, obviously when you get rust or somebody does something, for that couple of weeks you'll be tentative, tender. If you tender, you know. Yeah. But after a couple of weeks, if it's in you, it's in you. It's gonna come back, and you're gonna be exactly the same you was before it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Let's get on to another thing we want to know out here. Obviously, in your era, there was another man that was as official as you. There was Tyson, Gary Nelson. Give us the whole insight to what you and him was like and your connection.
Our connection, me and Gary, the connection was a good one. We had a good connection. I met Gary when I used to go to Clapham Junction. He was a youth then, and they used to call him Melaned. He wasn't Gary Nelson or Tyson, Melaned. And I met him when he was doing 4 years as a youngster in jail. And then he come out, then he got another 2.5 years. which he ended up doing in Wandsworth, and that's where I was in Wandsworth with him. And you know, both of us was terrorised in the wing at the time, so we was both on the ones, banged up next door to each other. I used to talk to him through the pipe, man. I said, yeah, because certain things he was doing out there I didn't really like, because I had to check for him, you get me? I said, no man, when you come out, you're not to do all that again, and you know what I mean, it's loud out. And he was saying, yeah, so I was getting out, I got out like, he got out, he was getting out 3 weeks after me. So I said, when you come out, we'll link. And when he come out, we linked, and it was just, it went from there, man. Went from there. Yeah, me and him started to hang around. I went through some stuff, man. I'm telling you, then he just got too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got too much for me. He got my car taken away, and I said, nah, I've had enough, man. Then I left him on his own, and then he just sort of made his own way, didn't he?
Yeah. So what do you think now of the fact that he's sitting in there, like, what's
It's
that
sad.
say to
It's
you?
sad, because I know he's a nice guy, and it says to me that, yeah, don't try and be like me, because he was the one who wanted to be a little bit like me himself, and he lived in it himself. He wanted to be, and you just couldn't be me, man. Because a lot of the time we used to go to dances, and obviously people know me. Yeah, come in, Bailey, and Tyson used to be right behind me, and they would stop him. But I used to just go back and say, nah, he's with me, and he'd come in clean. He's simple, but he still didn't like that. He think they shouldn't have stopped him like me, but I'm saying, yeah, put in work like me. But he was persistent. That's why he used to carry his gun every minute shooting up place.
Yeah.
Because of simple little things like that.
So what has your connection been with him like since he's in jail?
Since he's been in jail, I'm not really talking to him. Not really personally, and not through somebody else. But I've heard stuff in there. I do try and find out and monitor him while he's in there. And apparently he's a Muslim now, and he's got a lot of clout in prison. Yeah, he's got a lot of clout. So if you got clout, you're alright in there.
Yeah. Did you ever buck up on him in your times going in and out?
I bucked up him when he was on his 28 days round the world. I call it. Yeah, where he was moving 28 days in that block. 28 days in that block, just moving from block to block, prison to prison, block to block. Yeah, and I bucked him one time. He wanted his ear cut, and and they wouldn't let no one cut it. So the screws sent for me, and I said, yeah, I'll go there and cut his ear. So they brought me down to the block where he was, and I stayed in there for about an hour and a half, chatting and cutting his ear and just going through, man. Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to another name that was official out here in your era. Vincent Ratty. Tell us what you and his connection was like. How did you and him get about?
No, Vincent Ratty is a friend of mine. He's older head. Yeah, me and him got on well. We've always got on well. There's not much I can say, and I've learned a lot from him as well. I'll tell you that much, definitely. A lot. But yeah, he's one of the elders that are old in high regards, as well as Asher Sentinel. Yeah, so yeah.
What's the biggest regrets on how your life panned out? Is there anything you look back and you say, you know what, I just wish that never happened?
One of my biggest regrets, although one of my biggest regrets, because I can't regret anything that I've done and anything I've been through, but one of my biggest regrets is that having 6 kids for 6 different baby mothers. I've always said this before I even had kids. I wanted all my kids to be from one woman. So really, that's my biggest regret. That I didn't bring up my kids, and I haven't been close with them because of certain situations. And yeah, that's kind of, that's one of my biggest regrets, man.
How many times have you been shot, and how many times have you been stabbed?
Been stabbed. Been stabbed 6 times.
Yeah.
Been shot twice. Yeah, been on life support 3 times.
So let the young youths know, what's it like taking a stab wound 6 times into your body? What's it like being shot twice? And where was you shot and stabbed?
Yeah, I was shot. It ricocheted off the wall and hit me here. And I was shot in my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I didn't. You know, when you look back in it, I didn't even think no, because my adrenaline was pumping, and every time I've been stabbed or shot, I've always thought it was a deep liberty. So, you know, my anger always override the pain. Yeah. So if you want to ask me what the pain was like, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Because my anger always overrided it. Yeah, man.
So do you feel that Peter Bailey deserved everything that happened to him for what you've done to others?
Yeah. What happened to me, and what I done to people happened to them. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, but I believe my life won't be taken that way because I'm still here. So everything that happened to me back then, I've never. No arteries have ever got cut. No, I've always been lucky that way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So tell people what it's like that are living the road now and they think they're really bad. What's it like when you're sitting in some bed on a life support machine?
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's not even you. Cause you're cool. Obviously, you know you live that life. So sometimes when you're there, as long as you're alive, you think, yeah, I made it. But it's your family. Your sisters, your brothers, because it takes a toll on them, man. It does. It takes a toll on them, man. Yeah, it really does, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not me, but them.
Yeah, because a lot of things
kids,
people need to know about is the effect that they have on their mother.
Yeah.
You've only got one mum, and
Yeah.
when you're running around the roads doing all this madness, all the effects are on her.
And can you imagine it for my family? There must be about 6-7 times in my lifetime that people said I was dead.
Yeah.
And see, and this is all they all reach my family. You get me? So you can imagine, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's not a good life, man. But as I said, what's done, innit?
Let's get into your brother, who, rest in peace, passed away. Everybody I spoke to said he was a good man.
Yeah, it was a good
Everybody loved him.
Yeah.
What did that do to you? What was that like for you when that happened?
You know, when it happened, it just made that, when my brother died, it made me know that, although I know that death is inevitable anyway, but it made me know that anybody can go at any time and that's what my brother's death done to me, more than anything else. And another thing, I'm glad that he went the way he did, and it weren't by a bullet or something like that, because who knows where I'd be.
So let us get into your reign of terror. When you was out here and people knew when Bailey's coming around his curtains, we want to know, is there any one person or one situation you ever done that you say to yourself, you know what, I'm sorry for that now. I didn't mean to do that, but it was just a time thing.
Yeah, one thing I really regret, more than anything, is pulling a gun on one of my good friends and was going to shoot him. But the only thing that really stopped me from shooting him was the gun I took from a friend of mine. I said, give me this. And he gave it to me and the safety was on. So when I went in the toilet, I backed him up in the toilet.
Yeah.
When I backed him up in the toilet and went to squeeze, nothing happened. Yeah. Yeah, I regret that. Although I never shot him or anything he didn't shot, which I'm glad for now, I regret going to do it because he's a good friend of mine right now, and I'm murdered for him right now. So that's one of the main things on the road I regret.
Now there's a lot of people out here that are saying, listen, for what Peter Bailey was, he ain't done a lot of prison time at all.
No.
So then you've got the two sides to that coin. You got the people that say, yeah, the reason that he never done a lot of prison time is because all he ever done was rob bad boys.
Yep.
He never robbed no one's, no companies, no banks, things like that. He just robbed bad boys.
Yeah.
And the police don't care about that. They want them doing that.
Yeah, no, they're not. Yeah, because I've even had bad boys lock me up, man. Yeah, lock me up, man. But I still beat the case. But yeah, just pure bad boy are wrong. And the baddest the better. Yeah.
And then on the other side of that coin, you got the people that say, well, Peter Bailey must have been out here because he snitched. Now we want to know from your lips, have you ever snitched on anyone?
Never.
Never.
Never needed to. Yeah, I'll move alone. It's only me can stitch on me. Yeah, man, I move alone, man. I was never frightened to rob on my own. Not like the kids nowadays, all 50 of them. And I go east, north, west, the whole shebang. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your prison terms. Let's talk about what you was like in prison and how it got your name out to all areas.
Yeah, I run prison how I want to run prison. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Tell us some of the stories that went down, how you was with the staff in there, how you was with the inmates. Let us know what was good.
Yeah, I done what I wanted to do, man, in jail. And if I didn't, I would throw a tantrum, spit out my dummy. That's the way I was in jail. And I could angle it as well, because I would do it all on my own. I didn't need no man. You get me? I would climb up on the net and say, I'm not coming down. You get me? Yeah. And smoke on the landing. They would say, Bailey, put that out or I'll put you on the nicking sheet. Put it on the nicking sheet. And I would smoke. I wasn't scared of it. The block was my sanctuary. So I didn't care about it. Enough man, we used to, I don't want to go to the block, but not me, man. When I get pissed off on the wing, I pack my kit and I'm going block. That's how I run jail, man. Yeah, it's all psychological in jail and you got to move with it, man.
So tell us some of the things that got your name out there to where people in all areas of Britain were talking Peter Bailey. What was you doing in there that got your name out so much?
I don't know, man. I was just being me, man. You get me? I was being me, doing what I wanted to do and make sure our South London name Brixton was firm in there. You get me? So the generation behind me, they come through and they all getting it now. You get me? Oh, where you come from, Brixton, so they know we set the pace for him. That's all I was doing. Yeah.
The worst thing I saw happen to somebody in prison is walking around the exercise yard, the Wandsworth yard, and there was a guy who was inside and he was in for rape, and he was on the main thing, and I knew him, and because he was in for that, I couldn't really associate with him, so I had to talk to him from a distance. But anyway, I didn't know this, but apparently when somebody's a nonce on the wing, everybody tools up. And then the night before, tool, everybody get tools to cut him on the exercise. Yeah, I saw somebody I knew got fucked up. Yeah, man, everybody wanted a piece of him. Poor thing, his face was hanging off and everything. Yeah, the jail's a different place. And put it this in very well. I've had 2 yardies, like Jamaican, just come over. They thought they were bad over here, and this is an example. Running wrong shit, selling enough shit, driving big car, everything's cool, and yeah, you get me, they're bad boy out there. But you see, when you go jail's a different place. Worse if you move with for 6 man. When you're in jail, you go jail on your own. And a lot of yard man, when they went jail, man, they were frightened. Yeah, and that's when I took my revenge. Yeah, 'cause I know you're frightened, so I know you're at your weakest. Yeah, and I used to terrorize them from within. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, 'cause I used to fight them a lot out here. I knew the only place a lot of the time I could really catch them was in jail.
How many times has Bailey gone prison?
I've done 2 18-month sentences in my whole life. I've done 3 remands, 6 months here, 4 months there, but I've never been to prison, never done it. I don't even know what prison's like when people talk about, prison. I only know London jails, remand jails. I've never done prison.
Let's get on to some of the things we've heard about your name being so deep in the street that other people started to pretend they was you or pretended you was around so people would be shook. Now we heard a story that one time an 18-year-old girl came up to you and she told you that you was her father.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the truth of the story was that it was somebody else that'd been getting it in with women, saying that he was Peter Bailey.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, man.
So that's how it went down.
Yeah, one girl come on, a nice mixed race girl. And I knew I didn't sleep with no white girl at that time. I can't remember, but you know how it go, men, innit? But one girl come to me. She said she was looking for me. She'd been looking for me for the last year. So I said, yeah, who are you? And she said that I'm meant to be her father. I said, yeah, who's your mum? She said, tell her mum, but I didn't remember her. She said, yeah, my mum left a note on your car, on your car and that. I said, yeah. Anyway, about 2 weeks later, like, don't get me wrong, the girl really thought I was a dad, so she was engaged. I'll come down and see you tomorrow. So I allowed that, you know, I got heart, innit? So anyway, I just wanted to see her mum. So one time she said, yeah, come, my mum wants to see her. So I went up and seen the mum. As soon as the mum saw me, she said, oh no, that's not him. And she said, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, this means no, it's not sorry to me. I've just known 5 minutes ago. Your daughter's had this for 18 years. It's you're supposed to be telling her sorry. You get me? And that was it, man. But yeah, mum was using my name. She said, yeah, man, you're using my name to get in.
Madness.
Yeah, man.
So let's get on to the fact of people were out here doing madnesses, and when they was doing the madnesses, they'd be telling people,
Penny.
Listen,
Yeah, that was
Bailey's downstairs, don't make me bring him up.
Yeah, absolutely. He used to do it regular. He said, yeah, Bailey. He would say, Bailey's downstairs. He said he wants something. Don't make him come up. And he was to get that. And yeah, man. And when I come round, man, was saying, yeah, me give me no, me give me. I said, give me what? No, man. I weren't there. Yeah, but Arthur Penny used to do that a lot. Yeah, man. But I used to get it to him. Yeah, that was original, man. Yeah, I used to get it to him still.
When I was doing the stuff on the road, I knew I shouldn't be doing that. I knew that weren't me. Yeah, yeah, man. I knew it weren't me, but you know, I was just in the mode, and I understand what it is with these kids nowadays. You see, I was in the mode. If I made £100 in just like that, there's no way I'm going to work. There's no way. And if you make that money like that constantly, year after year, you know, if you want the money, you go out there, you make it, and you get it like that. It's difficult. Yeah. So I can understand when these kids make that first little money.
Yeah.
How difficult. Yeah. How difficult it is for them to sit down and work for £200 a week.
Rhodes are saying that one thing that they can respect about Bailey is the fact that he only ever robbed bad boys. He never robbed anybody who was just a civilian or an innocent victim. Everything he done was against people that was doing fuckeries to others. What do you say to that?
Yeah. I couldn't have put it no finer myself. I only robbed people who was in the game with me. Yeah, I wouldn't rob no one. Now, if you're in the game, you can expect that, because that's what the game is, man. And yeah, I didn't trouble no one, nobody else. Just who's in the game. That's allowed.
I haven't got what I should have, put it that way. But you never know. Time is I'm still young.
Yeah, that most definitely.
Still breathing, man.
Still physical, ready to do something positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to flip the page for a minute. We're going to give some of the people out here that only know bad on Bailey some of the good things that nobody knows. Let's talk about the fact that Bailey was in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah.
How did that go down?
Yeah, that was good, man. We done a telephone marathon. Yeah, and I done that in the jail as well. Right? And certain people, if they've been ones with jail, would know, because I got a plaque on the wall in the gym. Yeah, and I was the strongest man in there with deadlift. Yeah, man. I've done a few things, man. Yeah.
Let's go into the security, like you was telling us. Tell us about all the doors and the clubs that have been safe because Bailey's on the door and people don't want none of that.
Yeah.
The people whose businesses you've kept safe.
Yeah, like my boss for 10 years, I kept his business safe. Wine bar was treated like a king. And yeah. And certain little thing I've done, certain personal security, like for Chris Nat, you remember the DJ Chris Nat, right? And certain other people, and certain people just carrying money from ear to ear, and I've secured them on that. So I've done a lot of underground security work. No one don't really know about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still doing it now once in a while.
Question here comes from Jar Jar Souls. He said he wants to know if you're unhappy in any way that you haven't set no foundations.
Yeah.
Foundations for the youths.
Yeah, but I'm not that much happy, because although I've been going through my time, there's always been certain kids that I've talked to, and certain youths that I know they're trying to be bad, but I know it's not them. And I would talk to them, say, "Now allow that, man." You know, and I've talked to a certain kid, and I know they've listened, and I've saved a few of them. They tell me years later, "Oh, you remember I was going to do this?" And you said, "No, I shouldn't do that," and I didn't do it. And you know, so obviously, as they say, if one person turn out good, I'm fine with that. But if I can do more, I'll do more. If I got the right avenue to go to do, I'll do it, man. Cause there's nothing out there now. It's not like how we used to be done. You get me?
Let us know some of the stars from your generation as regards the reggae stars that you had connection with, that come through knowing you, and some that you helped go through the door.
Yeah, a few people like Daddy IP, who used to chat on Coxon, and Tenor Fly, who used to also chat on Coxon. Yeah, I had a connection with them, and the connection I have with them is that IP, before he got his name and before he got chatting on Coxon, we used to live down Vauxhall, Kennington, and I used to know that he was a good MC. I used to hear him, and I used to think he was really good. So one time they was having a competition in Brixton, the Fridge. So I thought, I'll bring IP up there, and I brought IP up there with Tenderfly, but only IP chatted, and he entered the competition and he won. I took 30 quid, he got 20 quid, and him and Coxon, from there was history and Tenderfly. That was it. Yeah, man. I know General Slater, I just known him, and a few other Avril, Tipper Irie's sister, and Tipper Irie's self, General Slater. Yeah, many stars that's come from Brixton. Even Levi Roots. Yeah.
So let me get on to now about when you were sitting in jail and you was reading books to educate yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us about the books you read and how that started.
I read. I can say I had a few. I read a few hundred books, man. That was one time I was in Wandsworth prison. I had a fight, cut some geezer up, and I was put on. What they call that? They called it something back in them days. Anyway, the Home Office had to come and see me down the block, and I spent 4 months in the block. And every week they used to bring a big box of books, and I had to take 13 books out. And the only thing I was allowed was an exercise book and a dictionary. So I used to take 13 books out a week, and I used to read 13 books a week. All sorts of books. Some books I didn't even want to read, but I just read it. And used the dictionary and sort of educated myself a lot for them 4 months, man. Yeah.
I've never wanted to be a boss. I've always, when it was coming up, people would say, "Yeah, little Andy's the boss," and I was happy with that. Whether he's the baddest or not, I was happy. I didn't want that title. I'm a foot soldier. So I'm a foot soldier. So if somebody give me an avenue and say, "You know what, if you can help these kids here, I'm a foot soldier. I'll help. I'll help. You hear me? You're the boss. You tell me what to do and I'll do it. You hear me?"
What does Peter Bailey see in the roads now when he looks around? What do you see out there?
Hurt. There's pure hurt out there. That's what I see. That's all I can say. There's just hurt. Half of the kids, none of them living to 30. You can imagine how many black mothers are just bawling every day, and because it's just crazy, man. All I see out there is hurt, man.
Yeah.
That's all I see. I don't see nothing but hurt out there. Especially if you take the path I took. Yeah. Yeah, because you're not living as long as I am in this time, you know what I mean?
So people want to ask you as well, like obviously we go back to the fact that you can't never really leave the roles, because the things you've done will always have somebody looking or thinking to do you something for what you done back then. So you're always looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
So this
all
is
the
a
time.
question that someone said I must ask, well a few said I must ask you. You've got kids yourself. Now what do you feel about the fact that somebody you dealt with back then might have kids themselves, and their kids might be bad boys now?
Yeah.
And they don't like the fact that you dealt with their dad away. So
Yeah.
they might be looking to deal with
I
your
was,
kids the way.
Yeah, I was saying that to my girlfriend today. I was saying to her, imagine that. There's some people that are troubled and they're not even born yet, and they'll be looking for me later on. You get what I'm saying? Maybe I wasn't even born and you fucked up my dad. You get me? Or my mum, or you know, not mum, but dad. You get me?
Yeah.
But sure, you know what? As I said, what's done was done, and it's not that I would take the risk. I ain't got no choice but take it. Yeah, and I would take it, man, because I still keep myself fit.
Yeah.
I still keep myself fit, and I still would have a goal. You get me? Yeah, so, yeah, it's all good.
But what about your kids themselves, like the impact it will be on them?
People don't really know my kids,
Yeah.
hopefully, and if they know them, they don't want to make the mistake and touch them first, and give me heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you come for me, come for me. That's how, you get me?
Yeah.
That's how it's going to come for me, cause
If I could be what is it, mentor to young, and I don't want, I'm not talking about young man who think they're gangster, but I mean proper man out there who is gangster and they don't know nothing but gangster life. I want to be a mentor to them ones there. Because you got a lot of bad kids out there. Some say, oh, he's bad at school. No, I'm not talking about them ones. I'm just really talking about the ones that, you know, didn't even go to school, couldn't even pick up a book. And wouldn't know, all they know is how to count money. Them ones I would like to be a mentor to, them ones there.
When we think of the name Peter Bailey, what do you want us to remember you as? When we say to ourselves, right, Peter Bailey, I remember him, he's this.
yeah. You know what I will say to that? I'd say this. I want them to remember the bad things and how it was. I want you to remember that, because that's the most important part of my life, or one of the most important parts. I want you to remember that. But at the same time, I want to remember that you can change. Yeah? Because I have.
As a real road man and a real bad man, should I be looking up to you? Should the youths on the road be looking up to you? Or should we be looking up to the man who's doing 9 to 5 and coming home to his wife and kids?
First of all, I should say, first person you're supposed to look up to you is your parents. Because a lot of kids ain't looking up to their parents nowadays. So the first people you should look up to is your parents. Then after that, you should look up to a man who works, a man who does get a 9 to 5. It may sound bollocks to you now, but trust me, my brother's done it, my sister's done it, and they all got good jobs, they all got housing. I'm the only one that ain't got none. You get me? So you know, look up to a man who does the 9 to 5, because it's not easy, man. You know, it's not easy. You doing drugs and selling drugs is a lot easier than doing a 9 to 5. Let me tell you that. So it's them people you should. Me, the most you can look up to me and say, you know, he's a strong black man, and you know, he's gone through it all, and hopefully, you know, he changed. You know, hopefully he's a different man. You know?
Do you feel there's anything that we haven't covered in this interview that you want us to know?
No, I've covered, in this particular interview, yeah, I've covered all what I've meant to cover, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk to you now about the book, because what we've given them here is just the beginning. Your life story is something that needs to be read. We want to know, are you going to give us the Peter Bailey book?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the book I believe to be nothing but the truth. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna give you, the real deal. And You know, I know some people ain't gonna like it, and you know, but you know, that's what my book's gonna be, the real deal.
So when do you think you're going to start giving us the real deal?
Hopefully, if everything goes well and I talk to a certain people, and you know, yeah, hopefully sometime late next year. Hopefully, if not a book, but in the process. Yeah.
We want you to give a strong message, the strongest message you can give to the youths, to tell them, listen, it's long. I've seen it, I've done it, it's long. You need to allow it now while you still got the chance.
Yeah, and exactly what you said. They should allow it. They should allow it, and because it is long. It is long. It is long. And just wait. Part 2, I'm going to tell you how long it is. I'm going to say that, but I'm going to be coaching them. I'm going to be coaching them. Yeah, man. I'm going to make them know it is long. And you know, listen to this and listen to part 2, man, and you understand how and why.
So we want to know, is there anybody you want to say anything to at the end of this? Do you want to say any sorries to anyone? Do you want to say any big ups to anyone? Do you want to mention anything to anyone?
The first thing I would like to say, big up to my manager. I'd like to big up all my kids, all my 4 girls, 5 girls, and my 2 boys, and my eldest in particular. I want to big them up and stay strong. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, I'd like to big up Peter Bailey for coming through and giving us the real.
You're welcome, no
This
problem,
is an
man.
interview that a lot of people's been waiting for, and a man that a lot of people still have on their lips. I'd like to big you up for that.
No
I'd like
problem,
to
man.
big up all the youths out here that are doing something right. And when you listen to this, you listen to this man, because he really lived what you're doing, and he's telling you it's long. So do the right thing and stop the mums having all them tears in their eyes. I'd like to big up my brother R.A. soon home, and I'd like to say that we'll be back soon with some real one.